Hey, what's going on, guys? Back for another video. Ignore that. You probably saw this. What did Nintendo do this time? Game key cards, the infamous game key cards. If you've been on the internet, you've seen all about the game key cards, and you're probably wondering, well, shit. I already know everything about these. They suck. And let me tell you, they do. And, I was kind of mixed on it when I was, I remember when the Switch was coming out, I was thinking about buying one. It was like, a lot of these third-party games are going to be game key cards, and, like, what? They're not even going to be on the card, and, like, I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. That sucks. But what do I think, and what is the big new news? If you watched the latest Partner Direct, you saw all about, a lot of third-party games coming to the Switch, and it's like, okay, well, what's with them? Well, obviously, they're all game key cards. I don't think there was a single one that wasn't, unless it was like a Switch 1 game, then obviously it wasn't, because Switch 1 games are not game key cards. It's mostly just Switch 2 games, if I'm correct. But yeah, it's interesting, to say the least. There are some games that I'm very excited to play on Switch 2, and I'm a little disappointed. If I got a physical version, it wouldn't be a normal cartridge, it would be a game key card. Like Persona 3 will be a game key card. Chronos will be a game key card. Those two games I was very excited for. Very eager to get on my Switch. Persona 3 I've already played. I was kind of hoping for Metaphor to be on the Switch. I think Metaphor was the best game Alice dropped last year. Yeah, so what are my thoughts on this? All of those games, game key cards. I'm sure a lot of people expected this, but I was kind of hopeful. Maybe they would have saw some of the feedback and maybe been like, okay, let's talk to some of these third parties and work out them putting it on a whole cartridge. And they did not. Hopefully they will in the future, but no, they did not. But, if you don't know too much about the game key cards, they are games sold on a cartridge, but they're not fully there, and you have to download part of them. So you're buying a physical game, but it's not physical. And I do own one of these games. I have Bravely Default. And basically you pop it in, you do a short little download, and you're able to play the game. You're able to take the cartridge out, you're able to take it out, put it back in. You can't play the game without the cartridge in, which I see some people mad about. It's like, so it's a digital game you can't play without the cartridge in. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's not the biggest that's not what the problem is here, though. That's such a stupid, like, no, that's not what the problem is. Like, you could still, if that's your problem, just buy the game digital if you want to just be able to play it whenever you want. And, a part of me really doesn't like that they got these digital cartridge games. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to do. But do I think it's going to be the death of Nintendo and all this stuff I see people saying online and other videos and stuff? I don't think it's going to be the death of Nintendo, if I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, I don't know. I do think that it's like, it's kind of scummy of them, because from what I've seen, they offer two types of cartridges for third parties to pump out games on. They offer them a normal cartridge, but it's like an expensive 64 gig cartridge, or you can get a game key card, and it's a lot cheaper. You're going to be spending a lot less money creating the games, pumping them out, you're going to be able to save a lot of money, which is why a lot of them are choosing. It is the developer's choice, and they do choose to put them on game key cards. And I see a lot of people saying that, and it's like, well, it's the developer's choice. Yeah, because there are no other choices. Like Tetris, the Tetris game that came out with the Switch, Tetris Puyo Puyo, or I think it was. That is a small game that could easily fit on a cartridge, but they chose not to, because why put a super small game on a 64 cartridge when you could just put it on a game key card for like a lot cheaper? And that's an interesting thought, I guess. I understand why the third-party developers do it, and I don't know why they don't offer like an in-between option for smaller games that'll be cheaper, and then you'll be able to put the full cartridge on them. But they don't do it, and that's people's main issue. And I totally understand that, and I understand the outrage for it online. It was a big piece of it was info I thought about when I was going to purchase my Switch 2. I'm like, well, what's the I like buying physical, so what's the point if I can't just have my games physical? But if you bought the Switch and you're like, yeah, I'm not really interested in third party, I'm just buying Nintendo first party stuff, the good news is that all their first party stuff will be on a cartridge always, no matter the size. And a lot of people are like, well, that's cool and all, but like, what about the third party? And I'm like, to be fair, a lot of people aren't buying a Switch to play third party games. I'm not. I will be playing third party games on my Switch, but I'm buying it for when a new Zelda comes out or a new Mario, stuff like that. That's like why I'd buy one. If that's, if you bought a Switch and you were really excited for third party stuff, I totally understand. But, yeah, I don't know. I understand where you're coming from, and I understand where people are coming from when they're upset, but I just don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it'll mean the death of physical media. And when people are like, well, what happens when I want to play my Switch games and like 40, 50 years and like I can't play a game keycard game because it's just dead. I'm like, that is a issue. In the long run, do I think it's gonna be do I think it's gonna be a real issue? I don't think it will. I don't think it's gonna be the biggest problem. I don't think you're not gonna be able to play them in like 50 years, but you never know. That's the thing. You never know what's gonna happen 50 years in the future. And, shit happens. And that's the scary part, because you're spending money on a game and you don't own it. That's what people are saying, at least. And, I don't know if I don't agree with the don't own it part. But I definitely do think it is a little worrying. Somebody who owns one, a Switch 2, that is. Yeah, but that's really all my thoughts on it. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you think it's something to be worried about, or if it's something that it's like, oh, whatever. Like, I bought my Switch to play Mario. I don't care. And if that's how you feel, I kind of get you. But I do want to play third-party games on my console, like Chronos and P3. Like I said, I want to play Chronos. P3, I don't know. Maybe if it goes on sale, I'd get it. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting situation, and I understand why people are upset. And but yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. And if you guys enjoyed the video, It'd mean a lot if you would like and subscribe. And my main goal is 100 subs. I'm gonna really try for that. It'd be really cool to have a cool little, community of people to really hang out with, and I don't know, it'd be cool. But yeah, if you guys are interested, feel free to drop a like, a subscribe, even a comment, just letting me know what you feel like, what this holds for the future. And yeah, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one.